All right, 10/7. It's Thursday. Got some horror movie recommendations today. Some classics. But before we get into the classics, we're gonna talk about a movie on Netflix. It's called Rattlesnake. Rattlesnake is about this lady. She's driving in the desert, right? And she stops to like, oh no, I got a flat tire or something. And her daughter get bit by a rattlesnake. So see, that's why it's called Rattlesnake. So she pick up her daughter and she run. And there's this trailer out in the middle of the thing, right? And just like, help me, my daughter. She's like, I can help you with your daughter, but I gotta put a curse on you. And she's like, whatever, put a curse on me. And she's like, okay, I'll put a curse on you, save your daughter. So that means you gotta go kill somebody else. And she's like, what do I do? So it gets really intense. All right, if you have HBO Max, you want to watch the original Evil Dead, okay? That movie's so good, right? It starts off when they're like driving through the thing, and like the camera's following them, and it's weird, cause all the camera shots in this movie feel like something watching the characters, right? Like sometimes you watch a movie and it's a good camera shot and you're like, I can see what's going on. But for some reason in this movie, all the camera shots seem like it's something watching the characters, and they just join us in that whole thing. Anyway, if you got Tubi, you want to watch Reanimator. And if you've never seen Reanimator is about this dude. He's got a girlfriend and he wants to be a doctor. And so they're living in this place. And then like this dude comes and lives with them. And he's Herbert West, Reanimator, from the story Herbert West, Reanimator. And he's a crazy doctor. So he's trying to get some kind of serum to bring people back from the dead. So he kills the cat and he injects the cat. And the cat comes back from the dead, but the cat's crazy. And then he tried to inject people and bring them back to the dead. And the corpses come alive and they're butt naked and they start fighting people, right? And then the doctor is like, not the guy, the doctor, he's like, I want to do this. And he starts trying to steal their idea. So they chop his head off, but then they shoot him up with the injection. So now he's like a reanimated body with a head, right? And he's got to sneak into the morgue and he puts like a mannequin head and he carries his head in a basket. And yeah, he kisses a woman with his decapitated head. It's good. Sometimes you explain things and it doesn't sound good, but it's really good. Like, it's a really good movie. All right, so number one movie to suggest today, and actually I don't know if I want to suggest it or if I just want to just go ahead and call an audible. What I'm going to do is I'm going to suggest two movies today, just because something happened last night, and yeah, so so the number one movie you want to watch tonight is I Know What You Did Last Summer, right? And that's the one with the meme. What are you waiting for? You know, the meme with Jennifer Love Hewitt. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Yeah, and I'm trying to do two things at one time. Anyways, so that's the one where they're like partying. Woo, we're 90s, and they're partying in the woo, we're partying in the 90s. We're listening to Ricky Martin. We're listening to Ricky fucking Martin. And then they hit a guy with the car, and they're like, uh-oh. You know, and they jump out the car, and they start doing a Macarena, and they're like, what are we gonna do? And they're like, I don't know, the guy is dead. Maybe we should just forget that this whole thing happened and throw his body in the river. And then they're like, okay, let's do that. And then like a year later comes by, and they're wearing their Jinko jeans. They got Jinko jeans on, and they're listening to Enrique Iglesias, and they're listening to Du Hast, and they're listening to Cherry Poppin' Daddies, and they're listening to you know, they're listening to Do You Believe in Life? They're listening to Cher and all this type of stuff. And then the guy's like, hi, I know what you did last summer. And they're like, we did the Macarena in the middle of the fucking road with Furbies and Beanie Babies. And he's like, no, you fucking killed me, motherfuckers. And they're like, oh no. And then Jennifer Love Hewitt is like, what are you waiting for? And yeah, I think it's like Ryan Phillippe's in it. Anyways, I know you did last summer. The number one movie you need to watch today. The number two movie you need to watch today. It's also on Amazon Prime. I saw this shit. I thought it was fake. Okay. Stephen Kang's Sharks of the Corn. Okay, let me. I haven't even seen this movie. I didn't hear about this movie until like 11:30 last night. Okay, You're gonna get stalked. Strange things are happening in Druid Hills, Kentucky, known mainly for its voluminous corn. Voluminous. Victims of monsters in cornfields begin cropping up. Pun. And witnesses are saying there are large great white sharks swimming in the corn stalks. Listen, friends. This is terrible. This is absolutely amazing. Find this and watch this, because Sharks of the Corn. Are you kidding me? And then I looked at some of the reviews. I'm like, man, this has got to be so bad. And somebody left a review and it says, I hate cinema now. I'm never watching another movie ever again. The guy who made this movie is a guy named Tim Ritter, which appears to be kind of like Tom Riddle, where you just don't want to say his name because he's got horror. This is one of his Horcrux movies. He made a bunch of movies in like the 80s. Like on Super 8 film and stuff like that, about like this dude who's like killing the. I didn't watch these movies, right? I just looked at this guy, right? This dude's killing the guys his wife's cheating on him with, and they turn into zombies, right? You know, somebody left a review 0 out of 100. I'm absolutely fucking speechless. I truly am. I feel dirty. And apparently, all the reviews, they have one quote from the movie in them, and it's "Have a grenade, bitch. Have a grenade, bitch." So, okay, listen. Number one movie you need to watch tonight is I Know What You Did Last Summer. But number two is Sharks of the Corn. As far as what I'm watching, this is going to be the conclusion of Kids Getting Scared week. And the plan was I was going to watch It, but I think I've watched It a bunch of times. So what I'm going to watch instead is I'm going to watch Daniel Isn't Real, which is about this dude who's got an imaginary friend, and the imaginary friend is Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, and he's fucking crazy. It's like Drop Dead Fred, but for grown-ups. So, just to recap, if you got Netflix, watch Rattlesnake, where the little girl gets bit by a rattlesnake, and then the lady in the trailer in the middle of the desert tell her mama that she got to kill somebody to save the daughter from rattlesnake poisoning, which doesn't make too much sense, because I think they do have rattlesnake venom. Anyways, if they existed, there would be no movie. If you got HBO Max, you watch Evil Dead, join us. All right, and if you got Tubi, you watch Reanimator, where the dude cuts the dude's head off, but then he injects him with the serum, so now his body is alive, and his head is also alive, and he wants to kiss ladies. And the number one and number two movies you need to watch today, if you have Amazon Prime, you need to watch I Know What You Did Last Summer, and Shark of the Corn. Stephen Kang's Shark of the Corn. I mean, one of the reviews says it's worse than Ouija Shark. And if something's worse than Ouija Shark, you gotta watch it.